I thought a gutsy performance by our team. I thought both teams played really hard. I think both teams would probably say they didn't play their best offensively. I think each of us kind of hit it. We hit a little bit of a rhythm. Oh, I don't know when it was in the second half, and then they hit their rhythm and later in the second half. But it was just a very gutsy performance by our guy. I loved how they hung in there. We give Baylor a lot of credit. I really like their defense. I think they're a really good defensive team. But boy, we made a lot of bad decisions out there. Hadn't seen that team from us in a while. Shot selection and some different things. But glad we won. It's one of those games you just kind of move on, and get ready for the next one.
Third straight game coming into the final possession. What does that say about your team?
We got some gutsy guys. We got some guys out there that have won a lot of games, in high school and different things, and been in some situations. And Markel Brown's won state championships, and obviously Marcus filmed some different guys, and they know what it takes to win. It's not, you don't want to design every game to, I'll take wins. I don't care how you got to get them. That's what I told you. Sometimes you just, everybody, you got to get it, you got to get it. And, but yeah, we didn't play our best tonight, but Baylor had a lot to do with that. But we were a little bit out of our element a little bit at times, for some reason.
Coach, combined 8 of 38 from 2 of your best scorers for the whole game. What does it say about the resilience of them to just come back and fight?
So we've talked a lot about it this year, a lot about nights that you don't make shots. It's been a big, we talk a lot about it in practice. We talk a lot about preseason. We talk a lot about, there's going to be games where you don't make shots. And we've had games at Virginia Tech, which was a great learning experience, where we didn't make shots, didn't shoot the ball well. I think at Kansas State we didn't shoot it particularly well from three. In different games we didn't shoot, and they were opportunities to learn. And then after every game, I tell you, games you don't shoot the ball well, you gotta tough it out. Toughness is the key word. Toughness. You gotta tough it out with your defense, tough it out on rebounding, tough it out on loose balls. And you look at the offensive numbers, and you think, well, how in the world did they do it? Then you move over and you see we shot our free throws pretty well. Then you see we got 15 offensive rebounds, and we turned them over 16 times. Those are the numbers you better start seeing if you're going to expect to win on nights that we shot the ball like that. I mean, oh gosh, we go 3 for 21, and 2 of them come in overtime. It's just, and then, like you say, gosh, we figured out how to win a game against Iowa State, where I just thought they were unbelievable. I mean, so we figured out some crazy ways to win some games here lately. It's a hard living, I tell you, but it's a hard way to do it, but we'll take it.
You mentioned the other day of how good Austin can be on the offensive boards. Holding to 0 tonight, I'm sure you got to be really happy about that from your guys down low.
I am. Baylor came in the game the #1 offensive rebounding team in the league. Isaiah Austin's the #1 offensive rebounder in the league. Ricardo Gathers was #2 in the league in offensive rebounding. So we led the top 2 offensive rebounders to 1 offensive rebound. 1, and between the two, they were averaging almost 8, 4.3 and 3.5, I think it was. Something like that. So, #1 point of emphasis on the board before the game started the last 2 days. #1 point of emphasis, because I thought they manhandled us down there. Even though down there the numbers were very similar, they had a few more offensive, but at crucial times they got some key rebounds, and I thought we did a better job tonight of battling underneath. We really battled. We
especially Cobbins, 9 points, 12 rebounds, or 13 rebounds, but 1 personal foul.
Yeah, he was really good, and obviously made a big block there at the end. We continue to challenge all the time for Michael to have a physical presence about him, be a presence inside. How are you a presence? You block shots, you defend, you rebound above the rim, and that's how you let yourself be known, have a presence. And last couple of games, he's had a major presence, so that helps our team. And I thought Kamari Murphy was terrific, absolutely terrific. He was in this gym at midnight, Monday night, I was told, by Keaton, and by himself, working out. So that pays off for him.
That sequence happened so quickly. I mean, were you able to kind of absorb it from
the last one?
Yeah, the last sequence.
Yes, and I was hoping he would get to the rim, because so many players pull up. So many players don't think they have enough time. That you guys more time than you think you do. and I was hoping he would get to the rim, and because I was hoping we'd get to the rim on the end of the half. That was kind of it's kind of like I think the Iowa State game, get to the rim. We didn't do it then, and I'm glad he got to the rim. But yeah, I'm pretty aware of what was happening.
Brian gave you some very quality minutes in the first half.
Great quality minutes, and we're just easing him back in. It's just, you know, you're talking about a young man who did not practice for 3 months. He got hurt on the third day of practice, and he's been out for 3 months, and he's practiced now probably for 7 practices, maybe 6 practices. I think I counted today. So, you know, to put him in these pressure situations, first half's fine. You know, I waited at Kansas. You know, it's a little. I don't want to put him in a bad spot, but he gave us incredible minutes. Really a big spurt when we were looking, couldn't score. He scored. He looked like the old Brian out there, how he was scoring, not off plays running for him, but running the court. Paul getting to the rim, and that's exciting to see. So he's getting closer and closer to you know, gaining more and more minutes. But yeah, he brings us a presence we need, definitely.
After his first bucket, he kind of gave a fist pump. How can a game like this build his confidence with that injury?
Oh, I think, you know, they can do nothing but help it. When you score points, that gives that's the key to gaining confidence. There's no other way around it for kids nowadays. Give them a few baskets that makes them feel good, and he should. Again, it's amazing he's back. You know, I was talking to somebody earlier today, just telling me, yeah, I remember he's been out for 3 months. 3 months, not on the court at all. And, you know, it takes a while. Rhythm. Even though he knows our plays and everything, it's a little different than sitting and watching it and then having to get out there and run them and things like that. So gave him great confidence. We just got to continue getting minutes, continue to get him in the flow. We're still, even as a staff, figuring out where to play him and where to get his minutes and things like that. But, yeah, him go 3 for 4, 6 points is good for us.
Kind of saw that vintage O'Brien aggression a little bit tonight going to the rim. I mean,
Yeah, I don't think he was real happy with his first half. You know, and nothing, it wasn't his fault. I mean, he got 2 fouls, sit over there. So I think he had a little bit of a gleam in his eye. I did see it a little bit. And at halftime, I was worried. I even told her, we got to watch. You know, it's hard when you only get 4 minutes. Can you get in the flow of the game? Can you do it? It's not just him, but any player. Can they get in the flow? Or you know, and when he made his first shot, second half, you know, that's usually a pretty decent sign.
Talk about what Markel Brown did. A rough night shooting, but another big dunk, and of course the game-winning shot.
Yeah, you know, everything was short tonight for him. It seemed like everything was short. He was getting decent looks, the shots he'd been making a little bit, but he kept playing. You know, we kept switching different people on Pierre Jackson, so he guarded him a little bit. But he got some big rebounds too. I don't remember rebounds, only 5, but I remember several big rebounds he got for us where he used his athleticism. But yeah, tough night shooting for him, definitely, to say the least.
Marcus's stat line, is that the craziest stat line you've ever seen?
I'm used to it. Yeah, you know, he's going to do something. I mean, he didn't shoot the ball obviously well, but you look at 7 assists, that's just what he does. He does some crazy things out there. But you know he's going to make up for it. I mean, it's just the competitive nature gets the best. I mean, you know, but that's what makes him good. He's such a competitor, Yeah, crazy game.
He seems to have an uncanny ability to take care of the ball, especially as a freshman. Meanwhile, Pierre is over there, he helps turn him over 11 times. He'll get 19 points off that.
Well, it's something that we spent a lot of time, again, talking about don't turn the ball over. I think that's really key for our basketball team. Is taking care of the basketball, really key. And it's one of the reasons we've been able to score some points lately is taking care of the basketball. So, yes, the ball is in his hands a lot. And when your point guard doesn't turn it over a lot, that's very important. Pierre Jackson's one of those nights for him. He usually doesn't do that. I mean, he's another guy. He did everything in his power now. I mean, I know you can look down there, but you can throw that out there. He did everything in his power to help his team win. Everything. I mean, and we did everything in our power to try to stop him. I mean, that was huge for us. You know, some teams take the approach, and I've even heard the other go, you know, maybe you let him go get his. We did not take that approach. We tried to stop him as best we could. You know, he's one of the toughest guys in our league to guard. I mean, he's very difficult to guard.
Got a
Travis,
4-game
was there any, the way you started so slow, was that any of that left over from Kansas? Any Kansas hangover, you think, that maybe you guys just weren't?
Sure,
ready to go
I
out
guess.
there?
I mean, that's the easy thing to, yeah, I mean, I do, you know. Obviously as a coach, we took off Sunday, and obviously starting on Monday, we just started talking to our team about the next game, got to forget, but they can't go around the corner. I mean, they can't go in. I mean, and that we love it. We're glad people, but there was no way to forget about it. I mean, people, doing different things. Very nice, very appreciative of all. But there was no way to shake it. Every time you turn around, somebody's wanting to talk. I mean, that's, so it's not necessarily their fault. I mean, but we're excited about it. We're glad the fans got excited. We're glad the students. We wouldn't have it any other way. But yes, they are 18. We're definitely 18, 19-year-old kids out there on the court. And as you mentioned earlier, how we've won our last 3 games, I mean, I can imagine how they feel. I'm exhausted.
Meanwhile, you've got a 4-game winning streak, and you've got more total wins than you had all last year. Pretty good spot to be in.
It's a good thing. Yeah, it's better than, I agree with you. I'm with you, yeah.
Coach, when you play against Withy, it seems like you had one guy on him and then another guy shadowing in case he got the ball. Did you go with the same tactic against
On who?
Against Withy on Saturday? Did you go with the same
See, there you go. That game's over. That was like 8 years ago.
Did you go with a similar tactic?
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. No, okay, I see what you're saying now. No, not really. You're right on Withy. You're 100% correct on that. It's pretty good. Nobody's talked about it. We definitely had somebody shadow. We had what we call sealing the guy. We were ready. But not as much on Baylor, no. We were going to play them one-on-one. We wanted to dig a little bit from certain guards, we talked a lot about in the last 2 days, certain personnel for Baylor, what we want to do, certain guys on the court, what could we do if you're guarding this guy, what things can you do and what things can't you do if you're guarding this guy. But we didn't have our other big helping a whole lot. The reason, because the rebounding. We want to have our other guy in position to rebound the basketball as much as possible. They don't throw it in there a whole lot. They have certain plays they'll throw it in there, but they don't throw it in there a whole lot. Not like Kansas does. Kansas, that's always been their deals. Throw it inside. But very good observation on Saturday. No questions. Well, exactly what we were doing Saturday, but not today.